Yes, anyone is there for your hackathon or any other practices? Anyone is there? Yes. Do you know about this Hibernate or Spring? Yes, guys. Okay, fine. So, guys, this Hibernate framework mainly is to simplify the development. Okay, so already we have seen so many implementations from the module one. Okay, so we have used many languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and servlet, JSP. Okay, so all that with that servlet and JSP, okay, we just going to minimize everything, okay, and structurize the code, okay, and we are going to interact easily with the database. Okay, so Hibernate, it is a framework, guys. You can use with this servlet or JSP. Okay, it is a very simplified framework, okay, which make you to easily interact with database. Okay, so in this Hibernate, guys, there is ORM model. Okay, so that is why it is named as a framework. A template is already there, okay, and the procedure is already there. Okay, it tells that you should use or you should write a code like this, okay, using a Java to communicate easily with the database. Okay, so now we are getting into the database using the framework, guys. Okay, no doubt in this. Okay, so it is a framework in Java, comes with abstraction layer and handles the implementations. Okay, I already told I have some templates or some frameworks which is an, you know what is abstraction, right? Yes, already everything it is defined. You want to take and implement it. You want to define everything. Okay, if you want to do or if you want to save any data to the JDBC database, okay, you are performing some CRUD operations. You know what is CRUD, right? What is CRUD, guys? What is CRUD? CRUD. What is CRUD? Yes, guys, what is CRUD? Guys, can you say what is CRUD? Very good. Create, read, update, and delete. Very good, Divyashree. Okay, so you are going to perform that operation, guys, using this Hibernate framework. It is very easy, and it has all the template and success with this which is already defined. Okay, so using the Java code only we are going to connect with the database. Okay, and using some object relationships we are going to use this framework and use this manipulations with the database, guys. Okay, it is basically a software that provides abstraction on multiple technologies like JDBC, servlet, and JSP, and etc. Okay, you can use this framework with this servlet, JSP, and with the JDBC connectivity. Okay, it develops persistence logic which stores and process the data for longer use, guys. Okay, so it has a separate model. Okay, it will tell you like you want to create an Pojo class for this. Do you know what is Pojo class, guys? Pojo class. Pojo, Pojo. Yes, anyone? Pojo. Yes, guys, can you get my point? Pojo. Yes, any guess? Okay, pure old Java object. Okay, this is actually Pojo class. You want to create a Pojo class, okay, for all the relations or whatever the operations you are going to do with the database, guys. Okay, this is one important thing which you should follow in this Hibernate framework. Okay, and it is a lightweight ORM tool. Okay, and most importantly, open source. Okay, so it is already at the time of creating an servlet or JSP program, in that IDE it asks you to choose the framework, right? Whether you want to use a Hibernate or Spring or anything. Oh yes, but guys, here only one change we are going to do. Instead of NetBeans, we are going to use an Eclipse tool. Okay, so that will be more supportive for this frameworks, guys. That's why we are going for this Eclipse. Okay, mostly we have Eclipse implementations only. Okay, because some libraries are not available in NetBeans. Okay, guys, clear about this? So it is a framework. Okay, mainly it is used the ORM model. Okay, which is object relational model. Okay, this is which is used inside this Hibernate framework. Okay, so guys, it is very simple that there's techniques which maps the object stored in the database, guys. Okay, guys, for your understanding, I'm simply saying. Okay, so consider this is as your database. Okay, like you have created a database fields like first name. Okay, first name and varchar last name. Okay, so this is what the field you have created in the database. This is DB. Okay, guys, you are going to write this ORM model in Java programming in servlet.jsp. Okay, mostly you will use the Java code. Like you are going to create a method for this Pojo class, like void get first name. Okay, so inside this return okay, and void set first name. Okay, and it return is going to return. Guys, this is called getter and setter method, guys. Okay, so this method is going to be more useful in this Hibernate framework while you are creating a Pojo classes. Okay, see this inside this Pojo classes, this is what going to map your Java programming application onto a database. You are not directly going to write any MySQL queries. Please keep in mind, this is one important thing, guys. In previous applications or whatever the language you have used, separately you want to create a query for doing this CRUD operations. Okay, but coming to this framework, guys, you want to create this Pojo classes. Okay, like this inside this class we have getter and setter method. Okay, so what are all the fields are there inside the database? For all the database fields you are going to create getter and setter method. Okay, clear? So using this getter and setter method, we are going to automatically create a table. Okay, you are not going to manually create a table. This framework will automatically create a table in your database. That's it. Okay, that is the main difference and main advantage of this Hibernate and Spring framework. Okay, because you have this object relational mapping in this. Okay, this is an ORM tool. Here it is an Java application. This is the structure of this ORM tool. Here we have a Java application and I am having a mapping object. Okay, so in this ORM will have that getter and setter method will fetch the data and stores the data. Okay, if it is a fresh table, if the table is not available, automatically it will create a table inside the database. Okay, and based on that, after creating the database table, you can do all the CRUD operations whatever you want. Okay, and it is called an API, guys. What is mean by API? Application Programming Interface. Okay, so guys, please keep in mind, okay, this Hibernate framework is working based on the ORM, okay, object relational model or object relational mapping. Okay, so when this object relational mapping is created with object oriented system, guys, okay, there is no mismatch between this relational database or MySQL queries or anything. Okay, whatever the mapping is created in your Java program, okay, that is going to be in your database field. Okay, like I will show you some example. So for example, this is the table I have created, okay, in my database. Automatically it will get created based on your getter and setter method. Okay, so ID and first name, and I'm having last name, and then salary and primary key. Primary key is ID. Okay, these are all things. So for this, I'm going to create a Pojo class like this, guys. Okay. Sorry, please wait. Yes, guys, are you getting the screen? So about this code, I am having a query how I will create a table in a database. Okay, for that same table, okay, I have created this method which is called a Pojo class using the getter and setter method. Okay, so here inside this I am passing the first name, last name, and salary. Okay, so that is going to set for my constructor for the primary class. Okay, and I am having getter method inside this. Okay, so this getter method is used to fetch the data from your database, guys. This is how I can do a mapping. This is how basically I can create a Java code for my mapping. Okay, this is how an ORM model will get worked. Okay, so when coming to this any framework in Java, you should remember about this Pojo class. What is there in Pojo class? It is getter and setter method. Okay, same like that, if you want to print or if you want to return any values or fetch any values, okay, you use get method. If you want to put a value to a database, you have set method, setter method. Okay, so same like this I am having, for the same method I am having, instead of get I will use set. Okay, public string set first name, public string get first name. Okay, it is going to fetch and it is going to set, it is going to store data in the database. Okay, clear, guys? Do you have any doubt in this? So okay, so why you are going for this Hibernate framework? To overcome the database dependency faced in JDBC. Okay, so there are more dependencies are there. Like I want to create a code or query based on my requirement. Okay, so your Java application is fully dependent on JDBC only. Whether you are creating any databases like MySQL or Oracle or anything. Okay, and changing the database cost a lot work in JDBC. Okay, so if you want to change any database based on the client requirement, there will be more cost. When coming to this Hibernate, okay, that overcomes this problem. Okay, like whatever the databases you use, not a problem. Hibernate already have a mapping model. That mapping model automatically creates the table inside your database, whatever the database it is there, not a problem. Okay, automatically it will create a table and store the data. Okay, code portability is not an option while working on JDBC. You know about that. Okay, so whatever the code you have worked in the Java application. For example, if you have written some queries in your Java application, okay, when you are trying to port that application to any other databases, guys, it is somewhat difficult to manage that or to port that code to another database. For example, if you are writing a program using a MySQL, okay, inside the Java program, you people have so many MySQL queries. Okay, and when you are when you want to change that application database to some other databases, like the advanced databases like any Oracle databases or Firebase or anything, guys, okay, that is called actually portability, right? Okay, there might you feel some difficulties to port your code. Okay, so when coming to this Hibernate, okay, it will handle that kind of problems easily, because you people have this Pojo DAO classes inside the framework. Okay, that automatically manages this kind of problems when you have this portabilities or changing the databases. Okay, and Hibernate strengthens the object level relationship. This is main important. Okay, here you are using ORM model, okay, object relationship model. Okay, and the object relationship mapping is done when you are creating this kind of application using a Hibernate. So it strengthens the object level relationships. Okay, it overcomes the exception handling part, which is mandatory while working on JDBC. Okay, in Hibernate itself, it automatically handles all the exceptions, and based on that Hibernate model only, you are going to write your code. Okay, so there will be minimal usage of this exception handling, guys. Clear, guys? Clear up to this? Yes, guys, clear up to this? What I'm saying? It reduces the length of the code. Okay, the main thing, this part is the main thing, guys. Okay, if you want to minimize the code, you should go for framework. Okay, that is what the programmer always say. An expert programmer will always say, if you want to develop your application quickly, you should go for any framework. Okay, if you use any core applications or core language, okay, you want to code more for completing your applications. Okay, so that reduces the length of the code with increased readability. Okay, so that is what the usage of this advantages of this Hibernate. And also Spring framework also saying like this. Okay, so I'm coming to this Hibernate, it is an open source framework, guys. Okay, no need to pay and buy anything. It is simply available in your it is like a jar file. If it is not available in your Eclipse, okay, you just download the jar file and you can put it into your Eclipse. You can use it whatever the application, you can use it. It is an open source framework, guys. Okay, it is available for everyone with the GNU license, general public user license, right? Yes, GPU license, it is available. Okay, and it is a lightweight framework. Okay, it is a smaller installation, smaller package of installation. That's what I told. From the Google, you just download a jar file, which is enough, and import that jar file to your Eclipse, guys, and you can use the framework. Okay, it increases the efficiency of the container. Okay, even though Hibernate can work with multiple technologies. Okay, if you want to work with the same time, if you want to work with servlet or JSP or any other application to be joined with this, yes, you can go with this. Okay, you can work on Hibernate alone. Okay, like without any technologies, okay, you can also only work with Hibernate to do any CRUD applications. Okay. So it has a peculiar nature where it does not have to implement Hibernate API interface or extend from Hibernate API classes, since classes of Hibernate application developed are loosely coupled. Already it is available as a Java file, guys. No need of any API classes or anything to be implemented. You just import that jar file which is download from the internet, okay, and you can use it by automatically by default at the time of installation itself. Eclipse installation itself, if you have connected your laptop or system with the internet, automatically it will get updated by the from the internet, guys. Okay. In case if it is not available in your Eclipse IDE, you just go to Google and download Hibernate. It will take you to the Hibernate page. From there you can download the jar file, put it into your Eclipse, and you can start working it. Okay, guys, clear? Okay, so this is a basic introduction, and we also have some other introduction also. Up to this, hope you understood what is Hibernate, right? Yes. Do you have any doubt, guys? Okay, if you don't have any doubt, you can leave the session. We'll meet you in the next class. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma.